This is an uncensored podcast about sex, sexuality, gender, and body stuff. Listener discretion is advised. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the person or persons sharing them. Some names have been changed to protect the anonymity of its participants.
Hello, my friends. It is I, Drew Michael, and I am in my car recording this week because I don't have a lot of time. I have literally so many things, so much to do, but I couldn't stay away from you guys. I had to do a shorty little episode at the last second on Thursday, and I have been preparing our 100th episode, which I'm very excited to release, but it is not ready yet. So I want you guys to have a really good 100th episode when it finally comes out. So there's that. And I don't know what we're going to call this episode, but it's actually funny because I wanted to talk in an episode by myself about basically my personal issues with my body, and that was something I was passionate about like maybe 2 weeks ago. This week it's something else. It's always something with me. So I literally was like, I don't even know what I wanted to say about that. Just being like, I'm fat, I'm overweight. Oh, I guess I do have some things to, holy shit. Oh my God, I just drove by a yard in downtown of the town that I call my town. And there were so many inflatables, and they were huge. They were bigger than my house. Oh, and that house is fucking gorgeous. Are you fucking me? Oh, I need to go over here. Okay, sorry. This is like too many things at once. So, anyway, I think I'm yelling. I feel like I'm yelling. Maybe I don't have to yell. I am going to talk a little bit about that, but also I ended up finding some Reddits that were all about physical insecurities, and I want to read them to you and react. So let's do that. Also, I'm driving and reading from my phone. Maybe I'll pull over right here and then I will read one and then I can react to it. That sounds great. Let's do that. We're pulling over right here on the side of the road. Hopefully people will not freak out. Okay, and I'm in front of someone's house. Let me read this. Oh, by the way, you guys can rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And is this person stopping right next to me? Great. Please go away. I think I'm like pulled in front of his house and he's probably like, who are you? Yeah, just fucking calm down. Rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And you can email us at makesexwithmepodcast@gmail.com. And let me read to you this thing. Now there's a suspicious person walking by my car. You guys, what the fuck? What the actual fuck is happening? All right, so let me read this. The first one I have here is called, it's from subreddit, or I still don't know how to talk about Reddit. It's from Reddit. It's called Communal Showers. It's one of these Reddit groups that I have followed for a while now, because I'm perverted. But anyway, this person writes in, and I don't know what their name is. It's real_Obama 1761. Okay. It says, and by the way, I don't know if this is a real person or not, because sometimes people write in like fake things and they'll be like, I'm 16 years old, blah. And then it's like almost like a fetishy kind of thing. Like, I don't know who writes this, but let's just assume this is actually a person. It says, I'm 16 and my first time at a communal shower was when I was 12. When I got enrolled in swimming classes, I've always been a small guy. Okay. Oh, that was the end of that sentence. They were enrolled in swimming classes when they were 12. Okay. I've always been a small guy, 5'2", height, not really muscular, so that's something I've been dealing with since forever, lol. But I was an early bloomer, so by that age I was already much bigger and hairier than most guys. And of course, there were comments from the rest of the guys, also comments about my height and such. Kids are immature. It might be a reason why communal showers are less popular nowadays. I don't think adults are the ones to blame. Perhaps communal showers were popular because it was the only thing available back then, or maybe people were a bit more respectful. Do you have the same experience? And then I wanted to read this other person's response because it was like really good. So Spike 1960 WV says, over 50 years ago, our gym teacher told us, if I put you all in a bag and shook you up, you'd all fall out at the same time. I was 12 or 13, skinny, smart, awkward, and shy. Some of the other guys in the locker room at that moment were 16 or 17 or even 18. Some were athletic, confident, and talented. Some were so poor that they didn't have running water at home. Some were handsome, some were plain. We were all kinds, and his point was that we were all just guys, each one of us worthy or unworthy as the guy beside us, each expected to treat everyone else with respect, each to be treated with respect. Understand being anxious, but God made all, and we all could do better, and we all are about the same. That was really nice, Spike, 1960 WV. So I love that. That is amazing. Now I can drive because I feel like these people are going to, call the cops because I stopped on the road that they don't own in front of their house. Okay, great. Small town. So I really love that, although they might not have taken into consideration that like there could have been a person there that was being forced to use the men's locker room and showers, but maybe they were non-binary or trans or something, and maybe they didn't feel comfortable being in that environment, but they like were forced to. So that is something to consider, like, obviously, because a long time ago, like in school, you basically like had to take a shower. Like they didn't really give you an option. It was like you were gonna do that. If you were gonna like participate in physical education, you were like required to shower after. And in some situations, I feel like you were required to be naked in front of other people, and there really wasn't a choice. So that's not good. I think forced nudity is bad. I don't even think like it was that long ago that some people had programs like that in their schools. That being said, I think there's something really awesome about nudity, obviously, and I talk about this all the time, and that is that when you're naked, it really does even the playing field. Like Spike was saying, like, nobody's better than anybody else when we're naked, you know? And like, obviously, you know, you could look at one guy and he could have a big dick, and this other guy has a tiny dick. This guy over here is fat, and this guy's got a great body, quote unquote. I say it like that because I equate fatness with not having a great body still. I can't seem to get those demons out of my fucking head. But anyway, I'm like so embarrassed by what I just said. So you essentially, it's all out in the open, and it should equalize the playing field. Now, I don't know that it does, because I feel like people are mean, but for the most part, here's the deal. For the most part, when you're naked with a bunch of other guys, you tend to realize that you have basically the same stuff that they have. Like, most guys are all about the same size. There are clearly men whose penis is smaller and men whose penises are bigger, but mostly you're all about the same size. So that does tend to be like what you realize. You also realize that like other people don't really judge you as much as you would think that they would based on your body. Like, they'll just be like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, in a nudist situation, nobody judges anybody on their body. Everything is fine. Everyone is beautiful. Everything is good. And I think it's when we like aren't in a nudist mentality that we judge people about their physical condition. The other thing is like, we're all given gifts, and some of us are given different kinds of gifts, whatever. But like, some people work really hard for what they have, and some people just have it. They didn't do anything to get it. But we all are going to lose so much throughout our lives. I said this, I was interviewing, well, I can't say interviewing. Priscilla and I were talking the other day. We were recording for our 100th episode. And this idea came out of like, isn't life just a process of losing stuff? And like small things and major things and physical things and not physical things. And that makes so much sense to me. Like, we're all gonna lose so much. You know, if you're beautiful as a young person, you're probably gonna lose a lot of the things that you think make you beautiful as you get older. And you're going to lose them whether you know, really needed them or not. Like, we're all just gonna lose stuff. And as we get older, it's about accepting that you actually need less and less and less to be alive and to be happy and to exist. You learn that what makes you you is something so much deeper and so much less physical, and it is so much more similar to the sun in the sky and the life that runs through all living things. You know, like it's not, you're not your breasts, you're not your penis, you're not your smile, you're not your earwax, you're none of these things. And as you lose those things, unless it's earwax, then you're going to gain, probably going to get more. You're going to get a lot more earwax. But as you lose all these things that you thought made you you, you're going to have to find something else to be you. And you're going to say things like, how can I be me without my ... And then you're going to find out that you're so much bigger than that. And so, yeah, I like that about nudity. Though that's your decision to be nude. It can't be forced upon you. And I do think more and more young people are, like, ashamed of nudity and uncomfortable with nudity. And I'm not really sure why. I think that it could be a reaction to like people being forced to be naked. I think some people came out of like older generations thinking like we all just were naked and everything was fine. And it's like, well, it wasn't fine for everybody. And there was a lot of stuff happening that wasn't good, you know, like you shouldn't have been naked with all your teammates and like your coach, who was some like random man from the community that, you know, could have been literally anybody. I mean, that's not really great, you know. There weren't a lot of like regulations about certain things for so long, and I'm sure a lot of really bad things came of that, like sexual abuse and stuff. So we have to make sure that there's not the possibility of those things happening, but we also nudity in and of itself, there's nothing really wrong with. It's just that we have these situations that can occur where sexual offenders can, you know, sexually offend. And so I think there's a little bit of like loss of communal nakedness because of that, because of trying to protect children and young people. But at the same time, I think it has a lot to do with like evangelical Christianity being like, you know, thinking that the body is unholy, or like, you know, people thinking that like the body is sexual. Like every time you sexualize the body, it becomes this taboo thing we can't show. And it's like when people get upset about women breastfeeding their children in public, and they're like, oh my God, that's like so disgusting. Like, put your boobs away. Like, it's like you're turning on the men or whatever. And it's like, first of all, breastfeeding has nothing to do with turning on men. It has everything to do with feeding a baby. Like, there's nothing sexual about breastfeeding. Like, if a man sexualizes breastfeeding, that's his issue. That's his thing. And it's not the woman doing it at all. She's just feeding her baby. It's a beautiful thing. It's a miracle that, like, a woman can produce life with her body, and then she can, like, continue to, like, nourish that life with her body still. And she shouldn't have to feel like she has to hide herself, or like run into like a little closet, or like in a dark corner just to like feed her baby. Like, she should be allowed to feed her baby wherever she is. I mean, life is already hard enough for pregnant women. Can't we just like let them have breastfeeding in public, please? So yeah, nudity in and of itself is not sexual. It's when you sexualize the body that it becomes taboo. And also, like, the fact that sex is taboo is another thing. And then, you know, homophobia is a big thing. Like, it's so funny. I love when men, like, really don't want other men to see their penises, because they for some reason, it's like they don't want someone to look at them sexually who they're not interested in, even though men historically do that to women all the time. And then, but that takes away their power in a way, and they don't want their power taken away. So there's that. And then there's the whole thing of like, I'm going to park right here and do the rest of this recording. Then there's the whole thing of like, what am I saying? I'm oh my God. So there's that homophobia, like, of straight guys not wanting gay guys to see their penises, although they would love to see women's naked bodies. But then there's the thing of like, giving value to penis size. Oh, I was also going to say that I know so many guys who don't care if like another guy sees their butt or any other part of their body. It's just their penis. The penis is the only thing they don't want anyone to see. It's like so interesting. And another part of that is because of the fear of penis size. And I guarantee that most guys have the same size junk. It's like the amount of people that are afraid of their penis being small is not equal to the amount of people who actually have small penises. Like most guys have the same size dick. It's within like a half an inch difference maybe. Like the range is from like 5. I think the average penis is like 5.5. It's like 5 to 6.5. It's like an inch and a half difference range of like the average and the majority of men. If you have a smaller penis than that, there's probably lots of men that do. And if you have a bigger penis than that, there's probably lots of men that do. But the another problem is porn. I mean, I love porn, but it really makes you think that every man has a big dick. And it makes you think that every man with a big dick is horny or slutty. You know, I've met so many guys who have really big dicks and they don't really want to do anything slutty at all. They just like want normal shit. They just happen to have a big dick. I know guys with big dicks that don't want to show their dicks off because when someone else sees their dick, sometimes they like want to be sexual with them, and the guy's like, no, I don't want to be sexual with you. Like, stop looking at my dick. Like, this isn't for you. I'm not displaying my dick. I'm just changing my clothes. So like there's a lot of reasons, but yeah, I think that the sexualization of nudity is a big thing. I think I talked a lot about this one. Let's move on to the next. Let's see here. The next one says, da 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 da. How do I tell a girl my biggest insecurity before we have sex? And this is by Revolutionary Log 9682 on Reddit. So I recently started going out with an amazing girl. We hit it off immediately. Bear in mind, I have a lot of trouble with dating due to my situation. My situation in question is this. When I was a newborn, I had a severe case of hypospadias, which is basically where the opening of the urethra is low on the shaft of the penis. So like I feel like that's like underneath the head, not like at the tip. But it doesn't mean urethra. He means like the meatus, like the actual hole of the pee hole, right? But in combination with this condition in the womb, my testicles had fused with my penis, causing my parents to have to make a decision for me as a newborn that I would have never made myself. They chose to have my testicles removed versus having me go through multiple stages of dangerous surgeries when I was very young. Due to the hormonal imbalance of this, before getting prescribed testosterone as a teen, my penis is well below average. It says 2.8 inches, and it makes me feel like less of a man. So my dilemma is this. How do I explain this to this amazing woman I'm going out with in a way that doesn't make me sound wildly insecure about it, which I am, because in my head, as soon as I tell her, she will want nothing to do with me. One of my biggest dreams in life is to have a family and be a father, but I know that it will never be my child by blood, which I have accepted, but explaining this to someone new hurts to even think about. I don't want to be looked at as less than a man or as someone who can't provide her with what she wants. So I'm guessing he can't produce sperm or semen without testes. That's probably why he's not able to produce children. That's what I'm thinking. At first I thought, because his penis is so small, but no, I'm thinking what it is like he can't produce sperm. Sorry, I need to turn on air conditioning. Thank you. I had my air conditioning off this whole time so you guys wouldn't have to hear it. But now I'm dying and I'm doing it all for you. Okay, so this is a really hard one because I feel like there's so many times where we as people have insecurities and we want to meet people, and then the question becomes like, do I tell? Like, I have this thing, and we all have a thing. We all have a thing we're ashamed of and we're afraid to tell other people about. And so we feel guilty if we don't tell them right away. Like, we don't want to be catfishing anybody, but we also don't know, like, it is really kind of too soon to, like, tell a person, like, when you first meet them. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like I feel like you would have the best chance of a relationship if you, like, told people, not on the first date, but if things started going well and you were like, okay, like, I feel like we're getting a little bit more serious now. I want you to know something, and it's not that I've been hiding it. It's just like, I don't tell people until I feel like I can trust them. And if that person feels betrayed at that point, then that's their own fucking problem, because, like, you really don't need to give them everything right away. I don't think you do. I think that, I know people that have disabilities who are, like, talking to people online, and they're like, when do I tell this person I have a disability? I have, issues with my weight, and that's my thing mostly. Like, how do I tell this person that I, am overweight or whatever? And I like to tell people, like, on a dating app, like, you can actually, like, put your stats. So, like, I put an accurate height weight ratio on, like, Grindr or whatever. And then they can just, like, decide if that's okay for them or whatever. But I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. It goes back to that thing of, like, we're going to lose all this shit anyway. Like, you don't understand. Whether you have a big penis or a small penis, everyone's just going to lose it. I don't know about most, but, like, a lot of men can't get erections. A lot of men, their penises start to shrink up. Like, maybe they actually had quite a big penis. It literally, like, gets smaller when you get older. Your libido shrinks, your hormones change, you're not as horny, you're not using it as much, you don't think about it as much, you have problems pissing yourself and pooping yourself. Your dick literally shrinks up. Your balls get ginormous, and your dick shrinks. Everybody who's over 80 has a 2-inch penis, okay? You just got there a lot earlier. I think that there's two different conversations here, though. There's the thing of, like, how do I tell this girl that I love that I won't be able to produce children naturally? That's a different thing than how do I tell her I have a 2-inch penis, okay? And then this whole thing of, like, monogamy comes into play. And I am not a monogamous person, okay? I think, like, there's so much you and your partner can do that's so sexy and so hot. And you can pleasure her so much without having more than a 2-inch penis. You really can. If she really loves you, you really love her, you guys can go all the fuck out. And if you're not in a closed monogamous relationship, if she wanted to get dicked down by someone with a big dick some other time, maybe she could. Maybe you guys could have a third. Maybe you could, find someone you both really like, and maybe that's super hot. Maybe you're into cuckolding, I don't know. But, like, open your mind. Ask her to love you enough to open her mind, and just be like, hey, I love you. Like, I'm so sorry, but I can't help these physical things about myself, but I do love you, and I'm asking you to love me, and I'm open to finding ways to make this work, By the way, there's plenty of women out there who don't even like being penetrated. There's a lot of women who can't get off from penetration. So they really do prefer, like, having their clit played with, like, with someone's tongue or their fingers or, like, whatever. There's sleeves that you can get, like, a dick sleeve depending on how big you need the dick to be for her to want it, whatever size she wants, it might be more of like a strap-on if your dick's 2 inches. It might not be so much like a sleeve as it is like a literal strap-on. But I know there's sleeves that you can put your dick in. It's like a fat condom. Like you put your dick inside of it and it makes your dick longer and girthier, and then you can fuck her with that. And there's different kinds. There's like vibrations for both of you. There's like different textures. You could put lube inside of it, so it's like you're fucking this little tight hole and it's fucking her. I mean, it's just really hot. There's things you can do. And as someone who's not a traditional heterosexual, normative, whatever, cis person, I'm not going to be able to produce children naturally. And I don't want to. But there's so many options. There's so many options for adoption. There's so many options for like surrogacy. Like, you could get one of your siblings or something to donate sperm. Like there's so many things you can do so that the child is still related to both of you. And then you just, again, have to open your mind up to saying, okay, my brother donated his sperm, but this isn't his son. This is my son, because I'm going to play the role of the father in this life, the life of this child. And this is my wife's son. Like, this is our son. And our kid can know our uncle donated the sperm, but he's not really our dad. Because what makes a person is like the people that raise the person. Okay, so there's that. Next question. I think I have one more. This one's really long. Okay. This one is from a woman, and I'm actually really excited to read something that's written in by a woman. So it says, body issues. Okay, and by the way, while I'm talking about all of this, I'm not even kidding. I'm ordering a pizza because me and Maya are gonna watch this fucking adorable show called Extraordinary. It's like this British show about a girl who's actually Irish. And I think she was on the Dairy Girls show, Dairy Girls. And then the woman who played like a nun on that show is also her mother in the show. It's like really good shit. But anyway, it's about like everyone in the world has like a superpower when they turn 25 or something. But this girl like never got hers. Or maybe it's like 21 or something. They all like come of age and they get like a superpower and she like never got one. But it's like so cute. I like love it. And we're going to watch that. So we're going to eat some Domino's, and I'm ordering it while I talk about my issues with my body. Okay. Free medium 2-topping pizza. All right. Let's read the next one. Oops, fuck me. So this one is called, it's from Body Issues on Reddit, and the person's name is just a long number. And it says, I hate my body. All right. As a large-chested woman whose bra size is 36 double D, I've learned that it is not acceptable to be braless if you have big boobs, and I hate it. I had a very deep conversation with my mom about girl problems. It was a nighttime. Wait a minute. I thought she was going to say it was a nightmare, but she said it was nighttime. And everyone was wearing their pajamas, not wearing bras. So I decided to do the same thing. Once I changed into my pajamas and wore no bra, all my girl cousins kept constantly looking at my chest every time I talked to them. Then my mom stepped me out into another room to talk to me about putting a bra on. I told her why. And she basically said it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate what I was wearing. Mind you, I was wearing a very large baggy shirt. I told her none of my cousins were wearing bras. I'm tired of getting boob rashes and wearing an uncomfortable bra 24/7 just to make other people feel comfortable. But even when I cried and told her that I am sick and tired of being constantly judged, people constantly judging me for something I can't control, it's bad enough that I get harassed daily by men. I don't like to dress up thanks to them. But it's annoying when other women also judge you too. When does it end? I wear baggy clothes just to not draw attention, But the one time I didn't wear a bra, it's a bad thing. Bra or not, I can tell when people look at my boobs, and I find it so annoying. I've gotten many looks from people, and sometimes I want to punch them in the face. Anyways, my mother just brushed it under the rug and told me to wear a jacket or towel around to cover my chest. She also told me that maybe if I lost weight, I would be happier. Even when I was skinnier before, I still hated my body and developed an eating disorder. I told her me being skinny didn't make me happy then, so why would it make me happy now if I lost weight? And what the hell did that have to do with me wanting to go braless for the night like all my cousins were doing? Anyways, she says I'm getting off topic, and then she says, anyways, I told her I hate being a woman because of things like this. Women get judged for everything, especially women who have curvy bodies. From my experience, I notice women with curvy bodies aren't taken seriously at all and are literally viewed as whores more than girls with a skinny figure. Thanks to social media, porn, brainwashing people what the ideal perfect body type is supposed to look like. But again, that's my experience and I deeply hate it. My mom still didn't seem to understand what I was talking about. I'm tired of people seeing me this way, and I'm tired of feeling ashamed of my body. I didn't ask for this, but why can't I feel comfortable with myself like everyone else? Yes, girlfriend, yes. Okay, my answer to you is not going to help your situation, unfortunately. Like, I really just want to say fuck them all. Just fuck them. You know, like, I just think, like, it comes with this. You have to insist that people treat you well. You have to constantly advocate for yourself in this life. This is my biggest advice for anyone. I recently, like, have been trying to work my way up in my career. And that's all I can say, is that no one will take you seriously. You have to insist that they do. Nobody will treat you well unless you insist that they do. You have to say, hey, bitches, this is a fucking sleepover. Your ass don't got a bra. Your ass don't got a bra. Your ass don't got a bra. Also, why the fuck are you at this sleepover, mom? Why don't you fuck off? Okay, this is girls only, no moms, okay? And guess what, y'all? I got big fucking titties. You just gotta say that. You can be like, yeah, hey, I got 36 double D titties. Y'all know me. Y'all see me with bra on, with the bra off. Like, this is my titties. You're my cousins. These are my titties, okay? You know me. There's no reason for you to look at me and treat me any different. And it's not inappropriate for me to not wear a bra. This isn't sexual. We're just girls having a sleepover, and we want to be comfortable in our pajamas, and I'm wearing, like, the least flattering thing possible. Like, you just have to do that. And it sounds like maybe you're a younger person. I mean, if your mom's at a sleepover, maybe you're like a teenager or something, or if your mom thinks she can tell you what to do with your boobs, maybe you're not an adult yet, but you just got to be like, hey, this is my body. It's not my fault. I didn't make my boobs big. Like, get the fuck over it. And the other thing is, like, you might think way more people are looking at your boobs, and maybe they are, but you might think you know what they're thinking. And that's the other thing I love when people said to me once, it is none of your business what other people think about you. If you accept that, that is so freeing. And I know that sounds like one of those, like, weird multi-level marketing things, but it is so true. It's none of your fucking business what other people think about you. It really is not. Okay? Like, if you worry so much about what other people think, You are gonna have issues. You're gonna have problems. It's gonna be bad. We all have to think a little bit about what other people think about us, but we don't have to think too much. We don't have to, like, that doesn't have to be the biggest thing. The be all end all is like what other people think about us. All right? Like, you're not your boobs. You're not your penis. I already said that. If people don't treat you well, you don't want them to be the people that you, like, respect. You don't want them to be the people that you, like, receive advice from. Also, your mom sounds like she's not someone who understands how to be in her own body. She sounds like she doesn't know how to, like, be... Maybe she doesn't understand emotions. She doesn't have the emotional maturity or whatever to, like, deal with this situation. So many people are just not equipped to deal with situations. And you got to understand that, like, she is probably trying the best she can to, like, help you. But, like, she doesn't know what to do. Parents don't know what they're doing. Like... Sometimes they do, but a lot of times, most of the time, they probably don't. We all struggle, right? We're all just trying. We're all, like, afraid that we're frauds, you know? But anyway, be strong. Have big titties. I mean, you know, you don't have a choice. You're just gonna have them. And like I said, advocate for yourself. Is so important. And then surround yourself with people that love you and care about you and, like, aren't gonna judge you. Don't surround yourself by people who think that, like, you are your big titties, because you are not your big titties. There is something about you that people can appreciate and enjoy, but that is not who you are. And I also think it's always the best thing to just talk about everything. I honestly do. I think it's just like the elephant in the room is your titties. So let's just talk about my titties, y'all. And that takes a lot of bravery. I know it's hard to be like, we're going to talk about my boobs, everyone. But, like, I think just start with someone, like, you know, you told your mom exactly what you were feeling. That was good. That was really good. Pull one of your cousins aside and be like, girl, listen, I know you think my tits are huge. They are. Are you okay? Like, no, not even are you okay. I want to take my bra off. We're at a sleepover. I want to take my bra off. You took yours off. I can't help that my tits are big. Are we good now? Like, have we covered everything? Like, I'm not gonna hit you with one of them. Nothing here is dangerous. Nothing here is sexual. Also, I guarantee not that many girls at that sleepover even gave a shit about your titties. Also, I think your titties get bigger when you get older. They just sag. They just get lower. So, like, you just gotta know this body is not where it's at forever. You just gotta know. Eat the pizza. Take off the bra. You know, tell your people that you love them, and expect they're gonna love you. And if they can't love you, that is nothing to do with you. That is their motherfucking problem. It really is. If someone can't love you for who you are, then you gotta move on. You know, that's their deal. It's not your problem that they can't love you. That's their shortcoming. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Again, rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen to this podcast. And write us at makesexwithmepodcast@gmail.com. And get ready, because I will be releasing the 100th episode really soon. And I really, really hope you like it. Okay, and I hope you're filling your holes with big titties.